Did you know that nearly 70% of people are unhappy with their financial situation? And yet, only a small percentage of us ever take the time to understand the true mindset behind wealth and success. Why is that? What's stopping us from reaching our financial potential? The truth is, it's often not about how much we know, but how we think. In this video, we'll dive into some powerful lessons from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power that can transform your approach to money, wealth, and success. You'll learn not only how to master your finances, but also how to build a mindset that attracts opportunity and prosperity. This isn't just about the numbers, it's about how you think and how you position yourself in the game of wealth. If you've ever felt stuck or wondered why you're not moving forward financially, this video is for you. The principles we'll explore today are timeless, and understanding them could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Never outshine the master in any situation, be it a corporate environment, a financial setting, or even in personal relationships. One of the most important things to keep in mind is to respect the hierarchy and power dynamics in play. Imagine you're in a classroom and the teacher is explaining something. If a student tries to outshine the teacher by answering every question before the teacher has a chance to explain, it disrupts the flow and the teacher may feel threatened. In the professional world, this can lead to the same kind of negative reaction from superiors. No one wants to feel replaced or made redundant, especially by someone who might be seen as a rival. When you are working under someone, whether they are a boss, a mentor, or a partner, your goal should be to make them feel valued and secure. In financial matters, this means avoiding undermining or overshadowing your superiors in front of others. For instance, if you are working on an investment strategy with a mentor, always allow them to take the lead during discussions and follow their guidance, showing respect for their experience and expertise. This doesn't mean you shouldn't offer your own thoughts. It simply means presenting your ideas in a way that complements rather than challenges their authority. In the world of finance, this principle applies when you're trying to climb the ladder in a company or industry. If you're an ambitious employee, it's crucial not to take the spotlight from your boss or superior. Think of it as playing a supporting role in a movie. While you may want your character to be impressive, the movie's success depends on the lead actor. If you upstage them, not only does the flow of the movie suffer, but your role could be reduced too. A practical tip for your day-to-day interactions would be to always be aware of the energy in a conversation. If you're in a meeting with your manager or a potential business partner, instead of being the loudest voice, listen attentively and add value where necessary. Show that you're contributing to the conversation without trying to take over. This builds trust, respect, and a stronger working relationship, which in turn can lead to more opportunities down the line. Are you liking the content? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps and means a lot. 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Trusting friends too much can lead to a false sense of security, while enemies, when approached strategically, can sometimes offer more value than those you think have your best interests at heart. Think of it like a game of chess. In the heat of the match, it's the opponents who challenge you the most, forcing you to think critically and sharpen your strategy. Friends, on the other hand, might be more inclined to give you easy wins, which can make you complacent and less sharp. In the financial world, this concept is crucial when managing relationships with people who are closely involved in your career or investments. While it's natural to trust friends, relying too heavily on them in financial matters can be risky. Friends may prioritize personal relationships over sound business decisions, leading to decisions that aren't necessarily in your best financial interest. You could end up making poor investments or decisions because of the emotional ties that influence judgment. A great example of how this plays out is in business partnerships. Imagine you start a business with a close friend, and over time, you give them more trust than you should in financial matters. They may have your best interests at heart, but Their emotional connection to you might cloud their judgment when it comes to the harsh realities of business. They may suggest bad investments or give lenient terms on deals that are financially risky. If you fail to see the potential for conflict, it could eventually harm both of your financial outcomes. In contrast, enemies can sometimes be more objective. They might challenge your assumptions or point out flaws that friends might overlook to maintain the relationship. It's crucial to engage with people who have opposing views because they push you to think critically and refine your approach. In your day-to-day life, this means surrounding yourself with people who don't just agree with you, but challenge you. This will help you make better financial decisions and prevent the risk of blind trust. When engaging in financial conversations or making investments, it's wise to balance your relationships with both people who support you and those who offer opposing views, as this will lead to better, well-rounded decisions. 3. Conceal your intentions. In many situations, revealing your true goals or strategies can put you at a disadvantage. Think of it like a poker game. The players who reveal too much about their hand will inevitably lose because their opponents will adjust their strategy to counter their moves. On the other hand, those who keep their cards close to their chest can control the flow of the game and outsmart their opponents. The same applies to finances, investments, and even business decisions. When you openly share your financial plans or personal goals, you give others the opportunity to anticipate and possibly manipulate your decisions. For example, if you tell someone about an investment opportunity you're excited about, they may use that information against you by making a similar investment or pressuring you to act more hastily, potentially affecting your returns. The less people know about your true intentions, the less they can interfere with your plans and the more control you have over your financial decisions. In business, this concept is often seen in negotiations. If you're looking to acquire a company or negotiate a deal, revealing your exact intentions too early can put you at a disadvantage. The other party might try to leverage your eagerness or urgency to extract a better deal. Just like in a competitive job search, if a company knows you are desperate to land a role, they may use that to their advantage when making you an offer. The key here is to keep your emotions and motivations in check and reveal only as much as necessary to reach the desired outcome without compromising your position. A practical tip for everyday financial decisions is to approach big purchases or investments with a sense of calculated mystery. For instance, when shopping for a major item or considering an investment, don't immediately reveal your excitement or interest. Let the seller or investment advisor provide information first, and only share your preferences or intentions when necessary. By doing so, you create space for negotiation and reduce the chances of being pushed into making a rushed or emotionally driven decision. Concealing your intentions, much like keeping a poker face, helps you retain control and make more informed, strategic choices in your financial life. 4. Always say less than necessary. When you talk too much, you risk revealing more than intended, and you give others the opportunity to manipulate the situation in their favor. This concept is similar to keeping a mystery alive in a story or a movie. The less the audience knows, the more intrigued they become, and the more control the storyteller has over the unfolding plot. In conversations and negotiations, keeping your words few but meaningful helps maintain your power in the situation. In financial discussions or business negotiations, saying less often translates into more influence. If you're pitching an idea or offering a product, you don't need to share every detail up front. Instead, give just enough information to spark curiosity. Then, let the other party ask questions. The moment you start oversharing, you weaken your position because you've given away too much, and the person you're negotiating with might find areas to exploit. Think of it like trying to buy a car. If the dealer senses you're too eager to make a deal, they might raise the price. However, if you stay quiet and allow them to talk more, you may find they offer a better deal without you needing to reveal your true interest. This concept also applies to personal finances. If you constantly share every detail about your spending, habits, income, or investments with others, you risk inviting unwanted advice or comparisons that may cloud your judgment. By staying more reserved about your financial goals, you give yourself the space to think and act independently without external pressures or distractions. Think of it like keeping a journal where you record your plans without constantly seeking validation from others. You protect your intentions and have the freedom to make decisions on your terms. In day-to-day life, practicing this principle could mean limiting the amount of information you share in casual conversations, especially with people who might not have your best interests at heart. For example, when talking to a friend about a potential investment, you don't need to disclose everything you know or feel about it. By withholding some details, you maintain control over the narrative, and the other person is less likely to sway your decision-making process. Saying less often gives you the power to remain in charge, keeping your strategy intact while still appearing open and engaged. 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is one of the most powerful assets you can have in any field, especially in business and finances. Think of reputation as the foundation of a house. It's not something you see every day, but without it, everything you build above it becomes unstable. If your reputation is damaged, it becomes difficult to regain trust, just as it's hard to repair a crumbling foundation. People may forget what you did or said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And that impression plays a large part in how others view your reputation. For instance, when you're starting a business or an investment, the reputation you build from the beginning sets the tone for future success. It's like opening a restaurant. If you gain a reputation for excellent food and good service, customers will return and they will tell their friends. But if there are rumors of bad quality or unethical behavior, it can be incredibly hard to change people's minds, even if the quality improves. This is why protecting your reputation is essential. Every action and word you take will either add to or detract from the trust others place in you. In the world of finance, reputation often translates into opportunities. If you're known for making sound investment decisions, others will want to partner with you or seek your advice. For example, if you're considering joining a venture, would you trust someone who has a history of failed projects or someone with a proven track record of success? Your reputation can be a gateway to future deals and opportunities, so it's vital to always act in ways that reinforce your credibility and integrity. It's about consistency, like building a reputation for being reliable and punctual at work. Over time, people come to expect this from you, and it creates a sense of trust that is invaluable. Guarding your reputation isn't just about avoiding scandal or bad behavior. It's about being mindful of the choices you make. For example, if you decide to lend money to a friend, ensure that both parties understand the terms clearly. If there's any uncertainty or ambiguity, it could lead to a misunderstanding, potentially damaging both your relationship and your reputation. Think of it like loaning your car to a friend. If you aren't clear about how and when they should return it, there's a higher chance of problems, even though you started with good intentions. Managing expectations and being transparent is key to preserving your standing in the eyes of others. A simple tip in daily life is to act with integrity, even when no one is watching. Whether it's keeping your word with a small task or taking responsibility for mistakes, people notice. It's like keeping a promise to meet a friend for coffee, even if it's just a small thing. Consistently following through builds your reputation over time. By prioritizing honesty, reliability, and fairness, you strengthen the foundation of your personal and professional life. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the larger image you create for yourself, and by protecting it, you can open doors to opportunities and long-term success. 6. Court attention at all. Costs attention is a powerful tool, and in many ways, it can be seen as the currency of the modern world. Think of attention like a spotlight that shines on you. If you're standing in the dark, unnoticed, no one will know what you're capable of, regardless of your talents or achievements. However, once the spotlight is on you, your skills, ideas, and efforts are more likely to be acknowledged and rewarded. This is why the ability to capture and hold attention is crucial in any area of life, particularly when it comes to business and finances. Imagine you're a small business owner. You may have the best product or service, but if no one knows about it, how can you expect to make a profit? The first step is to grab attention. It's like being in a crowded room full of people talking loudly. If you remain quiet and passive, no one will hear you, but if you speak up, share an interesting story or idea, people will stop and listen. Once you have their attention, you can start to build trust and a lasting relationship with your audience, whether that's through marketing, networking, or even a personal brand. In finance, gaining attention can lead to better opportunities and partnerships. Investors or potential clients want to know who you are before they commit. For instance, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur looking to attract investors, it's essential to first grab their attention through clear and compelling communication, whether through social media, presentations, or networking events. You must stand out from the crowd. It's much like entering a job interview. If you make a strong first impression, you'll likely be remembered, and people will want to learn more about you and what you offer. However, it's not enough just to attract attention. You also need to maintain it. Once you have the spotlight, don't let it fade away by becoming complacent. This is similar to hosting an event or launching a new product. The initial excitement may bring in a crowd, but if you don't continue to provide value or stay relevant, people will lose interest. Consistency is key. Whether you're sharing valuable content, making regular investments, or refining your skills, staying in the public's eye helps you maintain influence over time. A simple strategy to apply this concept is to consistently engage with your audience, even in small ways. If you are working in an industry where reputation is key, like finance or consulting, regularly providing insights, tips, or commentary on current trends will keep you visible and relevant. Think of it as keeping a social media profile active, with posts that show your expertise. Just as someone might check the weather daily, people will check in on you if you continuously provide value, keeping your presence strong and your influence growing. 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This law might sound manipulative at first, but it's really about leveraging resources, building networks, and utilizing the efforts of others to help you achieve your goals more efficiently. Think of it like cooking a big meal. You might not be the one doing all the chopping, stirring, and cooking, but you can still oversee the process and ensure the end result is to your liking. By managing the right people, directing their efforts, and ensuring things are done the way you envision, you can achieve far more than you could alone. In business, this principle plays out all the time. Successful entrepreneurs often don't do everything themselves. Instead, they hire experts, delegate tasks, or form strategic partnerships that allow them to benefit from others' expertise and efforts. For example, a business owner who doesn't have deep knowledge of digital marketing might hire an experienced marketer to run campaigns while they focus on their strengths, like product development. By delegating tasks to those who can do them better or more efficiently, you maximize the value of your time. A more everyday example is managing a household. Instead of doing all the chores yourself, you might assign different tasks to family members. You, as the manager of the house, don't necessarily scrub the toilets or vacuum the living room, but you ensure everything is running smoothly, making sure the work gets done. Similarly, in finance, you can delegate tasks like researching investments or finding opportunities to others who specialize in those areas. In return, you stay focused on your broader financial strategy and make decisions based on the insights and data provided by others. Taking the credit for the work others do doesn't mean you're taking advantage of them. Instead, it's about orchestrating the effort and ensuring that the results align with your vision. This is often seen in leadership roles, where the leader motivates the team, provides direction, and celebrates the successes that come from everyone's hard work. In finance or business, if you manage investments, for example, you can take credit for choosing the right team or advisors who help you execute your strategies effectively. But it's essential that you give recognition when it's due, so people feel appreciated and motivated to keep working with you. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. This law emphasizes the power of positioning and influence. Instead of chasing opportunities or people, you want to put yourself in a position where others are drawn to you. Think of it like fishing. Instead of constantly trying to catch fish by throwing your line everywhere, you place your bait where the fish are most likely to bite. By strategically positioning yourself, you become the one others seek out. In business and finances, this might mean positioning your brand or service in a way that attracts attention without you having to constantly push or sell. For example, successful entrepreneurs often create value through content, whether it's educational videos, insightful blog posts, or unique products. Instead of cold calling customers or constantly seeking investors, they make their work so appealing that people naturally come to them. This allows you to control the narrative and direct opportunities as they come to you. An everyday analogy might be setting up a fruit stand in a busy market. If you set up your stand in a location where a lot of foot traffic goes by, you don't need to chase people down. You just need to make sure the fruit is fresh and well presented. When you provide value in the right place at the right time, people will come to you without you having to run after them. Similarly, in finance, you can build a solid reputation by sharing your investment successes or financial knowledge. This can attract potential clients, partners, or opportunities just by making sure people know what you offer. By using bait, as Greene suggests, you're not manipulating or forcing people to come to you. It's about offering something, a value that naturally piques their interest. Whether it's an intriguing product, insightful advice, or a unique investment opportunity, positioning yourself as someone with valuable offerings ensures that the right people come to you. This approach saves you time and energy, and when done correctly, can make your financial and professional life much more efficient. 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. The key idea behind this law is that actions speak louder than words. When you want to persuade or convince someone, trying to win them over through endless arguments or debates is often counterproductive. Instead, you should focus on demonstrating your point through tangible actions. Imagine trying to convince someone that you are a good cook by describing a dish in detail. However, the real proof of your cooking skills comes when you actually serve them a delicious meal. Your actions leave a much stronger impression than any argument could. This principle is especially valuable in the context of finances and business. In the world of investments, for example, it's easy to get caught up in endless discussions about strategies and theories. But what truly convinces others, and more importantly, proves your worth, is the success of your investments. When you consistently make smart decisions and show positive results, people are more likely to trust your judgment, even without you having to convince them with long explanations. Think about it like buying a car. A car salesman might try to convince you with endless talk about the features of a car, but what truly matters is how the car performs when you take it for a test drive. Similarly, if you want to be seen as a reliable investor or business person, focus on showcasing your success through results. Consistently growing your wealth, whether through smart stock picks or wise real estate investments, will speak for itself and help build your credibility over time. In everyday life, this principle can be applied by showing, not just telling. If you want to improve your financial situation, don't just talk about saving or investing. Start putting that plan into action. Open a savings account, start investing small amounts, and track your progress. As you build momentum and witness the results firsthand, others will begin to see you as someone who truly understands how to manage money without you needing to argue or explain your strategies endlessly. Your actions will do the convincing for you. 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. The idea here is that negativity can be contagious. Just like how a sickness can spread from person to person, negative attitudes and energy can also affect your mindset and actions. If you surround yourself with people who are constantly complaining, unhappy, or unlucky, it's likely that their mindset will influence yours, and you'll start seeing the world through a pessimistic lens. It's crucial to be aware of the people you spend time with and the impact they have on your mentality, especially when it comes to finances and success. Think of it like walking into a room full of people who are all sneezing and coughing. It's easy to catch a cold in that environment, and it's hard to avoid the illness no matter how healthy you are. Similarly, if you're constantly surrounded by negative people, whether they're skeptical of your financial goals, constantly sharing tales of failed investments, or complaining about their circumstances, those attitudes can begin to creep into your own thoughts and decision-making. You may find yourself doubting your own potential and limiting your actions because of their influence. In terms of finances, this can be especially dangerous. If you're constantly listening to people who discourage risk, telling you that investing is a fool's game, or spreading negativity about financial success, it's harder for you to make confident and informed decisions. However, just like how avoiding unhealthy environments can help you stay well, surrounding yourself with positive, successful individuals can significantly boost your financial mindset. When you're around people who take calculated risks, celebrate their successes, and remain optimistic during tough times, you'll be more likely to adopt a similar outlook. Success breeds success, and positivity attracts positive results. In your everyday life, this can be applied by choosing your circle wisely. If you want to improve your financial situation, spend more time with individuals who inspire you to grow. Learn about money and take action toward building wealth. Avoid conversations that focus on scarcity or failure, and instead focus on discussions that center around opportunity, growth, and problem-solving. By choosing to distance yourself from negativity, you protect your mindset and create an environment where your financial goals are more likely to flourish.